Feature returning champion, Elgintensity, aka Trapafornia. Will Smith hasn't released an album in 17 years, but he can still make a hook that slaps. At the 94th Academy Awards, he walked on stage, smacked Chris Rock for making a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's appearance, then returned to his seat to curse Rock out. Let's watch how this rapper tried to turn the Academy Awards into the Source Awards.
Lord! Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
As you can see, Smith laughed at the joke, but he must have noticed Pinkett's facial expression. Normally, Will Smith doesn't do anything when another man makes his communal wife's eyes roll back into her head, but he took the joke as a shot at her alopecia, an autoimmune disorder that causes baldness. It's not like she's dying though, and she can afford a new hat and/or wig for every day of the year. There's no good reason to be so touchy over it, especially when she shaved her head to draw attention to her condition, and the fact that she found the one kind of entanglement that doesn't interest her.
That was a nice one, okay.
He's right. Comparing a bald woman to G.I. Jane, while obvious and not that funny, isn't insulting. She was a tough female character at a time when they weren't shoehorned into every movie to score points. Smith's chicken breast for a brain didn't consider this detail, and his temper went like Pinkett's hairstylist, straight to 11.
I'm out here. Uh-oh, Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
She belongs to the streets, bro. Just because she looks like an Academy Award doesn't make her a trophy wife.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
You can tell by his tone that he's treating an adult like a child, which is strange because in Hollywood it's normally the other way around.
Oh, okay.
Chris Rock just took a Smith to the head like a pistol whipping, but he suppressed his urge to fight back or release the comebacks that were racing through his head. It's better to save them for the comedy special anyway.
That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay. Okay.
It's amazing that one family could produce a hair-related hit single and a hair-related single hit. He sauntered away like a badass even though he was on the verge of tears. Meanwhile, after teasing the hair and catching a fade, Rock continued the show unfazed, which is impressive considering the size difference between them. That feel when Smith played Muhammad Ali, but his fighting style's a poor imitation from AliExpress. About an hour later, Smith accepted the Oscar for Best Performance by a Male Actor for his starring role in King Richard, shown here in an alternate timeline hooking up with other dudes' wives.
Oh, man.
Hey Will, I definitely heard Aquaman saying your wife's name. You'd better slap him next.
Richard Williams was a fierce defender of his family.
Protect family from jokes. Expose family to more jokes. Pick both.
Making this film, I got to protect Ingenue Ellis, who was one of the strongest, most delicate people I've ever met. I got to protect Sanaya and Demi, the two actresses that played Venus and Serena.
No, that was cinema security. As for delicate and strong, he should shout out the skinny guy who just absorbed more smack than Demi Lovato.
I'm being called on in my life to love people and to protect people and to be a river to my people.
Eroding a rock face doesn't make you a river. However, he is sending work upstream to his publicists and lawyers, aka Deadshot's career suicide squad.
Now, I know to do what we do, you gotta be able to take abuse, you gotta be able to have people talk crazy about you. In this business, you gotta be able to have people disrespecting you. And you gotta smile and you gotta pretend like that's okay.
Jada Pinkett's stony expression set it off, but based on her social media posts and talk show discussions, she doesn't mind her appearance. She just didn't think Chris Rock's joke was funny. When they say to give an unfunny comedian a hook on stage, this is not what they mean.
I want to be a vessel for love.
You mean love taps?
I want to say thank you to Venus and Serena. I just spit. I hope they didn't see that on TV.
I'm sure that'll help him save face, but not as much as all the memes and videos will save the moment that he left fresh prints on Chris Rock's face.
I want to apologize to the Academy. I want to apologize to all my fellow nominees.
The friend he just smacked? Anything to avoid a lawsuit, because no matter how much Smith spends on his legal team, paper won't beat Rock.
But love will make you do crazy things.
That's a common way to justify violence among domestic abusers and New York mob bosses. Instead of a joke about a 95-pound mole being removed from Johnny Sack's wife's ass, this conflict started with a joke about 95,000 hairs being removed from Will Smith's wife's scalp. Love makes you do crazy things, and when you're privileged enough to slap someone on national TV, then accept an award, love also don't cost a thing. Despite being one of the most powerful and well-paid actors in Hollywood, Smith played the victim, a family man protecting his loved ones. I imagine Smith shifts the blame a lot on set. He'll let someone else take the fall and let someone named after the summer take his wife. Despite the attention from this incident, the Oscars still had the second lowest ratings ever. Chances are not too many people will tune in just to catch Academy Awards antics next year. I'm no biologist, but if I wanted to see a grown man named Will act like a bitch, win prizes, and ruin events, I'd watch Ivy League women swimming. Will Smith has since apologized to Chris Rock, who has decided not to press charges. He probably doesn't want the hassle during his comedy tour. After the slap, this bad boy fits so many attendees in it. After a few drinks and maybe a wife rental, I'm sure they'll be square. Rock also received overwhelming support for how he handled himself, notably from Alec Baldwin, who fortunately was too far away from the event to shoot anybody. Will Smith lived long enough to see himself become the villain, in this case the bowling alley bro who struck him for no reason. The fact that Smith would violently defend his wife's honor while letting other men dishonor both of them far more extensively makes this an empty display of chivalry. This is the kind of male behavior that needs to be discouraged, not the harmless activity in Gillette's infamous commercial. Every comedian is fine-tuning a bit about this incident and planning for future outbursts from Smith. Cancel culture and violent reactions can't kill comedy, because where there's a will, there's a way. 0! Like the video and subscribe to the channel, now.